Welcome to the Tuesday Review live on 98.9 Northwest FM. I am Nathan, as always joined by James. How you going, James?
Not bad.
Joined by Alum. How you going, Alum?
Good, happy to be here.
Good. Callum's off sick this week, but we are joined by the second son of George Wallace, the 8th Earl of Frankston, the 6th Baron of Dandenong himself, Matt Mirams. How you going, Matt?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me back.
No, it's a pleasure to have you here.
The king, son of mum and dad.
Yeah.
So, I guess to catch listeners up, Matt is the filmmaker behind Residence, or one of them. And
The writer, director, producer.
yes, and James wasn't here to come to the premiere that we luckily got invited to, and Alan wasn't able to be here last time that we had Matt on the show. So I think it's a good start. We'll start off with, I guess the boys' impressions of Residence now that they've had a chance to see it.
Well, Alan had seen it, but it wasn't on the show. So the previous episodes, you guys talked about on episode 212 and 214. And I wasn't here. I was in Europe at the time, obviously. And you guys saw the premiere. And Matt was nice enough to send us a screener so that I could watch it when I got back. And so you guys rewatched it, and I watched it for the first time. And I really enjoyed it. Like, it's really funny. And I was actually watching it again today while I was working. And I noticed so much more the second time around.
That's one thing I noticed too, rewatching it. I picked up on a lot more the second time, like foreshadowing and all that kind of stuff. I was like, I know that.
There's a lot, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's a fair bit.
Yeah, it's all like, the first time you just watch them, the second time you're like, everything. Also, your comedy chops, both as a writer, director, and as an actor, top notch.
Thank you.
Because every joke is just like layers, and there's one every 2 minutes or 1 minute. Like, there's a joke all the time. So I thought, it was really good.
I should have re-listened to the interview we did, so I'm not asking the same questions again.
Well, I listened to it today, so hopefully we won't go over too much of the same stuff.
Yeah. But that's, I think, one thing we did talk about is that balancing that tone of like horror and comedy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
There was so much ad-libbing that I did. Like the scene where when Charlie and I were in the room, God, I just kept going on and on. There was we had to cut it down for I think there was half an hour to an hour of just stuff. That's, and I'm telling Sean, no, it can be half an hour. And he's going, it can't. There's so much good stuff in there, but we had to tighten everything. So I kind of let everyone just say your lines.
Yeah.
But, add stuff if you want.
Play around.
They know the character.
Yeah.
After a while, they know the character better than I do.
So they had some freedom on set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's really awesome. Like, you're giving the character to the actor rather than just be like, no, these are my characters, I designed this way. You're gonna, just be. Sometimes that works, but a lot of times, like you said, once they've gotten to know the character at a point that they possibly know them better than you do, it's letting them have that freedom to bring out that character is awesome.
Well, absolutely. You don't want to restrict them from, coming up with some really good stuff. And a lot of directors do. No, these are my words. You'll say them. It's like, no, go for it. It surprised me. When I do auditions, it's I don't give them direction. I say go for it to start off with. See which way they take the character.
Was there a character you wrote on the page, and then when you cast it, it was like dramatically different, or someone brought something in that you were just like, that's not what I had in mind?
Harry. Oh, actually, I'll tell you, Luke Benson, who played Tim.
Yeah. The best character.
Yeah.
The audience surrogate.
So with him, sometimes the best direction is no direction at all, and you step back.
Yeah.
And you just go for it, and every now and then I'll come up and say a word or, such to, and just go, maybe this, go, we'll block it. And, sometimes you just got to stand back. If you cast it well.
Yeah.
So,
exactly. Yeah. You cast them to do a job. And Tim's so great. That's why, all your characters feel different, even though this is something I've noticed with probably a lot of films in general, but like indie films, it's like all the characters have the same voice, whereas I like how all your characters have a different voice and have a different. I guess casting helps a lot with that too, but just the writing as well. They all felt, like different people, and also because of the movie, which I guess we should say. I mean, hopefully people have listened to the other Residence episodes you guys did before this, but we should say it's like a post-apocalyptic zombie comedy. Yeah.
Slash drama.
It's it's a bit everything.
A lot of genres.
And it's like about these survivors in the zombie apocalypse trying to make it to a safe haven, which is a medieval theme park, basically. But what was I saying? I was trying to give context to the audience, and now I forgot where I was going.
Something about indie movies you've been watching recently.
Oh yeah, all the characters felt the same, but in this movie they were well written. That's probably one, the writing, two, the casting, and then I had another point and I lost it.
That's all right. Well, so let's talk about, while James remembers, let's talk about the journey Resident's been on so far. So you've been busy behind the scenes since the premiere. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? So what's been going on? What have you decided to change, if anything, from the original movie without being too spoilery?
No, you're right. There was a lot of VFX that we put in there, a lot of fog, more blood, just touching up everything, making the best we can before we actually send it off to film festivals now. And then after that, we'll go streaming.
I think we noticed some changes. I think some of the scenes were short. Did you cut the runtime down a little bit as well?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Maybe just because I was so in the moment in the premiere that I thought scenes felt longer than they were when I'm rewatching it.
I think when you rewatch it, it's any movie flows better.
Yeah. I swore to God, we'll say the more important Charlie backstory scene, I felt it was longer in the world premiere, but maybe that's just
we were watching it and those, it was way longer, but
obviously not. This could have just been me being like tunnel vision. I'm like living it in the moment. Now it's kind of, I'm rewatching it. I'm like not as, I guess, 100% locked in. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I think we did notice some of the new VFX, especially in terms of the gore and stuff. There was some nice surprises.
Well, when the nurse dies now, I've just got this guy to just make sure there's blood everywhere, and I said, just keep going. More blood. More.
Because that's one thing with horror movies. I'm like, obviously you don't want to go full Terrifier, but I'm like, you don't want to go full Terrifier. But
you never go full Terrifier.
But at the same time, it's like, if you're already getting that MA rating or whatever, just...
Well, it's a zombie movie.
Yeah, it's a zombie movie. You're going for an MA rating, probably. I'm like, just go for it. What's the problem?
Yeah. I don't think you guys talked about this in a previous episode. Like the makeup effects for the zombies, really good.
Okay, great.
Like the bubbling effect, that was really unique. They're not just normal quote unquote zombies. It's got these boils on their face and stuff. I really like that. Can you talk about the special effects makeup?
So I watched a docodrama called Anatomy of a Knife, which is a 4-hour docodrama, and it's in black and white. I wouldn't recommend it because it'd give you nightmares, but it's just about how the Germans and the Japanese tortured their prisoners during World War II.
Yeah.
And like burning their face off and everything, and I kind of was watching on fast forward, but it's so gruesome that I go, all right, well, let's take some pictures here and there.
Oh God.
And try and do something a bit different. And even with Residence 2, we're just going to go even more gorier.
Yeah.
But well, that's what I did. Just took heaps of pictures and then just sent it to Maria, the makeup artist, said, go disgusting.
Yeah.
And
she did a great job.
Yeah, she did great.
Also, that's cool as well, because if you used, as horrific as it is, real world examples of how people can be mutilated, I think that really translates well into the film scene, which I'm not saying everyone that's sitting down in the movie has seen somebody be mutilated, but there's that realm of reality of like, if somebody was turning into a zombie and kind of had been dragged along the road or something, that's probably what they'd look like.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I've ever seen it.
What have you done? We know you've done some. The design of the. Does he have a name? The main villain, the duct tape.
The gaffer tape man.
Is he called Gaffer Tape Man?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the design of that was really cool. Like that was kind of unique, and as the kind of
So the guy who played it, his name was Wayne Guy, but I had his partner in it, and she was a makeup artist. So I had her on first. And Wayne was always there. And he's just like big
guy.
Jason Voorhees kind of guy. And we were going to have the child's father, Lee, right at the...
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. And, but I just thought, no, I want him to be bigger and everything. And I didn't expect Lee to sort of bulk up and go to McDonald's every day. But Wayne was there, and he's not an actor. And I thought, that's fantastic, because I want someone stiff, stilted, and he really was.
Also, going back to what James was saying about the character design, like it's a very good kind of, I guess, use of like the zombie, but as he's transforming or whatever it is, he's trying to keep his face together. So he's like, like it's just a cool kind of.
It's
aesthetic.
a memorable.
It's a memorable
villain.
aesthetic.
Yeah,
it's a good idea to have his eye pop out, I think.
Yeah, and the jaw at the bottom, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Just like the teeth at the bottom.
That's right. Yeah. But no, I'm glad you boys really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it was
fun.
Awesome. I think that's what we talked about. You used the word fantastic in the movie.
Yeah,
I did many times.
Yes. And I think that's
everyone's saying it.
Yeah, it'll catch on. No, but like I think we discussed it in the last episode that like we're in a good moment now in the Australian indie film industry and the film industry in general here in Australia. But I'm like, previously, not a lot of movies have set out to be fun. And it's refreshing for us to have that kind of experience with a movie shot locally.
That was the main
some
intent.
Was shot in Broadmeadows. I'm like, it's like, for us, it makes it extra special.
Yeah, the police station was.
Yeah.
I just, I was thinking about, indie movies today and how we've talked to a few indie filmmakers and how, it's the industry in Australia, that's one thing, but just in general, like making a movie is really hard and getting a movie made is
near impossible.
Close to impossible. And I remember we talking to Darcy Yule about his film One Punch, and I've said this before, and he said, you just got to go out and do it because no one's going to give you permission. Like, you can't wait for permission. You can't wait for someone to give you money. So I admire you, Matt, for having such an ambitious idea and then going like, screw it. Like no one's going to, I'm not going to wait for permission and some angel investor. I'm just going to go and do it.
Well, we tried. We went to every film finance company in Australia. We sat down with investors and always the investor would say, can you guarantee our money back? And I'm going, no, we can't.
We had pretty much the exact same conversation with Pete Williams, I believe. It was just like they want a return on investment. And as a piece of art, especially in the Australian film industry, you can't guarantee that to anyone.
No.
But like, especially because it's such an ambitious movie, the other indie films we talk about probably aren't this ambitious. No. So for you to shop it around and then, still go and do it, I really admire that because, if it was me, I'd be like, I have this great idea, and then everyone telling me no, and it would take the wind out of my sails.
Yeah, to be told, sorry, we're not going to finance it unless you guarantee us some, return. I'd be like, I'd start, doubting myself, like, well, am I going to get my money back that I put in? But sometimes it's not about that. It's about transcending that. It's about making this awesome thing that you've got in your mind. It's about going ahead and putting that out there in the world, regardless of, I guess, the financial return of it.
Absolutely. And look, I could have just done a film where it's set in one room and shot it in a week, but ambitious. I really wanted to go, do something massive. If I'm going to spend all my money on this and all my time and get all these incredible actors, I'm going to make sure that it's the best it bloody can be, and it's funny and fun and gory and something a little bit different than, what we've seen in this country.
Yeah, like, if you looked at our Letterboxd reviews, we all gave it, I believe, 4 stars.
We just introduced Matt to Letterboxd.
I've downloaded it.
Yeah. It's on Letterboxd. So your movie has reviews on Letterboxd. And
you have to be careful of what bridges you burn when you if you're trying to get your film shown. It's just like this movie sucked.
And like the whole thing is, I rewatched it recently and it was still fun the second time. So that's how you've made like at least a great product, because it's like I can rewatch it. I probably would rewatch it again in the future because
I put so much time into every word. Everything had a meaning. and I wanted it to be layered, so people can watch it and find new things every time.
I think when we talked on the phone before we came on the show the first time, you said it had something like 40 or 50 drafts or something.
43.
Some astronomical figure.
But every time, I'd shoot and then go away and paint houses and do anything to get money. And then before that, I'd rehearse with the girls or Luke or Harry and just work on those dialogue all the time, even on the shoot. Was like, no, I came up with another line, try this. Okay, that worked, that didn't. It's just always, you don't just go, there's the script, okay, let's shoot it. It's like, you've got to keep working and working and working. And even when we, it was hard directing and being the king, I didn't want to do that. I had Toadie from Neighbours.
That
we had a massive read-through years ago. Like, there was 80 people in that room.
Wow.
I got to send you pictures. But he was there and he was fantastic.
Yeah.
But he was just asking too much. Then I tried to get someone else, and then I thought, stuff it, I'll do it. But I'm glad I did, because I was coming up with lines. Like, I was waking up at 3 a.m. at the castle, and then Bree, whose house it was, she was one of the producers, would make me food while I'm like, okay, just going over the lines, going, okay, the Queen and I, something will bring it closer together. Maybe, we'll try and adopt a child, because, remember that line I said, I'm thinking of adopting a child to bring the Queen and I closer together. Most of the kids around here are just shit. And I thought of that, I just thought I need line there, So I'd go over.
Yeah.
This is always going. So every day I was ruined. Because I don't stop. Everyone's eating and everything. I'm still moving, And
that's the thing, yeah.
That's the pressure of, being the director.
A lot of pressure. I didn't want to let anyone down, too. It's such a massive cast. But anyway.
Yeah, no, well, it paid off because you were hilarious. Yeah. So good in it. I've never, it's crazy when when a director also acts in a scene, because the whole time I'd just be thinking, like, I should be behind the camera or something.
I wish I was.
I should, Did your body, did you have an out-of-body experience?
Did you
be
disassociate?
Yeah, it's like, how can I watch myself? I guess you have playback now. But it's like,
it's funny. I've done that because I've done a lot of theatre, and I've always done that. Like, you know the character so well that you're doing a massive speech in front of all these people and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden the words are coming out, and in your mind you're thinking, did I turn the stove off before I left? What am I going to do tomorrow? Oh God, I'm hungry. And you just keep going. So you have that outer body kind of experience of going, look at this idiot. No one's believing this shit. No, but I love theatre. Yeah. So that Cyril the King's basically
we kind of talked about that as well. Yeah. We got that kind of theatrical.
Yeah, and he's playing pretend. And there's a whole part of the character.
The whole kind of laughing.
Yeah, they're all playing pretend.
I'll tell you what, I loved it. I do. I look back on it and I thought I was, nervous as all hell, and had so many people there watching, and I'm just going, don't think about that. They think, who's this egotistical idiot that is directing, is writing, is producing?
No, it's like, again, you know what? It's a gamble, but it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it
paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it is Spooktober, and it is a horror movie. All right, so we're not breaking our rules by discussing it.
Well, there's never any rules, but it kind of fit in.
But
with
also,
October.
That's one of the things I wanted to discuss. I'm not sure if we talked about it on the first interview. What were the kind of inspirations behind this movie? Like, as far as the horror elements go, like, were there any kind of movies that really spoke to you?
Yeah, a lot. Like even Sam Peckinpah's Wild Bunch. Have you seen?
Yes, I missed the joke the first time, and when I was watching it again today, the little girl who's seen Wild Bunch, and only the little girl puts her hand.
Yeah,
laughing so hard, and then she does it again with Bengal Lancer.
Yeah. Live's Bengal Lancer.
Yeah, and
have you seen it? She hasn't seen it. Yeah, she's going. Yeah, she's seen it.
Yep, she hasn't. Yeah, so good.
I love Wild Bunch. I love the whole start of it, where it's just, there's all these people, all the bank robbers and everything, and then it just goes ballistic.
They move.
And half of them die.
Yeah.
Like what happened at the start of that. And then right at the end, it's even more crazier. With the Gatling gun and everything. That's why I had Jeanette Charlie saying, I want a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
So, but there was a lot of other things, like Krull. Have you ever seen Krull?
Yes.
Okay. So it's kind of like a man on a mission kind of style. and someone dies. Liam Neeson's in that film, and
that must have been one of his early roles.
it was.
Yeah,
I think this is like 83, but I love. And even in the 90s, I used to make these films where good guys, bad guys, no one makes it to the end of the film alive. And someone will get shot and they'll go down and the other guy will cradle and they've got their last words and go, "Oh, I have and always will be your brother unless I have a sex change. Then I'll be your sister." And then die. Just something ridiculous like that. And I love that. They were fun. And even the flashbacks. We're doing the flashbacks in the 90s as well. I love the flashbacks.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm blabbing on.
No, that's what we want.
Yeah, that's what we want.
The more blabbing, the better. That's all we do anyway.
No, but as you said, like we talked about it last time. You hear the flashbacks for us were probably from some of our favorite parts of the movie.
The vacuum part is probably my favorite. Probably all of our favorite part.
Yeah.
Also, Nathan was telling me you're a big Ghostbusters fan. So when we're watching the movie and he has that giant vacuum cleaner that he's invented, he's talking about how the dust gets trapped inside and gets tortured. Yeah. I'm like, is this the proton pack?
Well, I actually wanted that how they start off the proton packs. I kind of wanted that. And we had that in there.
Yeah.
When we first edited it. And we just thought, we can't have this.
Oh, I don't know.
We actually changed it in the new version that you boys seen. Like, I think, what did Caleb did? He did a lawnmower, starting up and then turning off, and it was still going. Yeah. It's just, we put so many effects in there.
Because that was awesome. Because the whole time I was like, okay, I want a Tim prequel, and it could go any way. It could just be a straight like comedy about his inventions or his relationships and his vacuum business. Or it could get like crazy and he's like strapping the vacuum on to his back and like, killing dust monsters or something. Yeah. And I was just like, but that's what I was saying earlier about all the characters felt unique. Like, and they each have their own flashback from before the zombie apocalypse. They could each have their own movie or show, which I know you talk to the boys about your sequel ideas and your TV show ideas. So I mean it's clearly it's your movie is strong enough and your characters are strong enough and your world is strong enough. I know you guys talk about like Scum Pizza and and the company that
Molvac.
And even like the vacuum,
or even the castle. You could have like
a
comedy with the castle. Before
I was saying like a workplace comedy about working in the medieval castle. Actually, me and some friends went to Cryle Castle. I hadn't been there since I was a kid. We went there last year. So much fun. So the whole time I was watching, I was like,
well, we went there to see if we can shoot there.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah,
and they basically said there was another film that was shot there and there was blood everywhere or something like that. And then we had this meeting with the guy and he was a bit weird. I won't say his name. But he we went out and the two producers I was with, they're going, "So what do you reckon?" I'm going, "No, zombies aren't getting in here.
Yeah,
we need something ridiculous like Wally's World or just a really bad fun park. That's where the humor is.
Yeah,
So we built the gates, and then I got my production designer to put all the little flags and and it's supposed to be bad. It adds to the humor.
Yeah.
No,
it worked out, but I just I like the world you've created. So you could do so much in there. I know the boys talked about like the Viewer Skew, Kevin Smith, where you could just do it doesn't have to be really related. It's just, but there are
it's like I think fans
recurring.
It's like the thing about that View Skew universe is fans like pointing out that that's from this movie and that's a shared world, shared universe kind of thing that people like. The comic bookness of it all.
So I've almost finished the first draft of Residence 2.
Ooh.
And it's even bigger. The tagline is the body count will be even higher. But I've got the best last act. I won't tell you where it is, but on air, but I'll tell you off. But it's going to be brilliant.
Yeah.
Well,
we're very excited.
I'm excited. Yeah.
So I guess before we move on and we just talk about other movies we watched and other horror films we watched, so where is the journey? Because obviously the audience can't watch Residence right now. have we moved forward in any significant direction on, I guess, when it can be, I guess, watched by a larger audience?
Yeah, so we were okay, you made the film, what do you do with it now? So there's the film festivals, you can go streaming or, approach every distribution company. We thought, let's go film festivals and send it around the world.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to streaming, and one of my EPs has got a contact at Stan. So we can go see that person afterward. But let's go to them with a couple of awards under our belt.
Yeah, definitely.
So we thought, well, we're not in a rush. So we'll spend the next year, and while we do that, then we'll create a few other bits and pieces as well. So
if you do like media outside of it, then all connect. So then you've already got your own franchise that you kind of can sell. Yeah, that's
sell us lunch boxes with gaffer tape man on the front.
Yeah,
yeah. But I want to get back into short films.
I want the Tim action figure with the
the vacuum.
Vacuum,
More like a scone pizza backpack. Just wear that around.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have brought you guys because we had the scone pizza boxes, and I've got probably 30 at home. Next time I come, I'll bring a couple of
definitely.
things up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I have, on behalf of Alan, thank you for casting him in your movie.
Yes.
As Donald the Death Sergeant. I listened to the episode.
I'm like, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
Appreciate the representation.
Yes, I heard it. Yeah.
Those scenes
Also
with Donald and Tim, so funny.
I sell vacuum cleaners. What do you do? It's like,
yes.
I'm like, that's so relatable. Just like, hi, how you going? Good, thanks. How are you? Good, thanks. How are you? I'm like, just that same feeling. So relatable.
I don't know how you got through the filming with like every take being
breaking.
Like I couldn't stand there and not laugh.
We had 4 hours to shoot there.
Yeah, so it wasn't like
they were charging us a lot of money for that. So
that's not long for what you had to do.
I was stressed.
Yeah.
That's why there was a lot of oneers. The boys just and it worked, but beautifully.
Yeah, I think you guys talked about it.
For one take,
you guys talked about it in the other episode. Like we always love oneers, but your oneers are really well done. Especially because a lot of movies, even big budget, crazy, like, well regarded blockbuster movies, it's always like cut, shaky cam, this, that, and the other. And it's just like, I miss when you can just have not only, the camera locked off, but, it's just even simple things. Like there was a scene at the end when, I think it's right before it's around when Charlie does the speech. It's like, I think it's the scene before, and I think it's the scene before and maybe the scene after.
The flashback.
No.
Flashback?
It's like they're in the courtyard of the castle.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I know.
It's like KJ talking to Wilhelmina.
Yes. So what I want is the characters to walk all the way down.
Yeah.
And go all the way down. We follow, talks to Tim, the child. We come back, speaks to Wilhelmina.
Yeah.
And then goes right back up. That was all one take. And then it goes back up to me.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean cut it, but I wanted that all in one take to come back up to me because we had to cut after Wilhelmina and KJ spoke. But then it comes up to me and I'm like, are you with me?
Yeah.
Are you with me? All right. Chookers. See you later. And then I go over to the Queen, which we cut. And I go, you want to give me a goodbye kiss or anything? She's going, ugh. Queen doesn't like me at all.
It's like, please say you love me. Just once.
And I just say, oh, God, I hope you survive.
That relationship again.
The old ball and chain is literal ball and chain.
Yeah.
Or the ball and chain.
So many good.
Our favorite. It's one of the favorite gags, the ball and chain. Literally a ball and chain.
It's so stupid.
I think my second favorite character, because Tim is favorite character, everyone's favorite character.
Yeah.
Second would be Eric the Bald.
Yeah.
Eric.
Just because, well, one, how much fun you made of him. This is Eric. He's bald.
Yeah.
Also,
he's been on a dating site. No matches, not even one accidentally.
I can just imagine staying there when someone's, obviously it's been, scripted, but just being made fun of purely, and you're just like, damn it, I have to stand here with a straight face. Just a great time. And then when you think he's checking Charlie out, but obviously he's got his eye on the gun.
Yeah.
Just that was peak scene. I was like, just this is the sleaze factor of it, but obviously the implication of no, he wants the gun.
Yeah.
And he thinks that's valuable, but
Bloody Eric. Don't trust him.
Don't trust him. Don't trust Eric.
This is Eric. He's bald.
Yeah, that joke was like, he might want to take you back up to his room, but, don't. That's funny.
And that's, he would always put his hand out. And that's what the film's all about, connection. That's why the child's always kind of like, I need connection from you, from Charlie. And she's just closed off.
Yeah. But her transition from even, I guess, just her hair, like you see it covering her face at the start, and then as she transitions to being a little more open, kind of, allowing herself to feel things and, expose herself to the world again.
Well, she's a zombie at the start. She's dead inside that first shot. And that's what I wanted to have her just sort of, as she starts connecting with these people along her journey, life starts sort of injecting back into her until she does that speech. Yeah. Goddamn, she's great in that.
It's such a hard movie to talk about when it hasn't been released.
That's the thing. It's like there's so many things I want to talk about, but and our listeners are probably like, "Oh, we want to know what the hell they're going on about." Yeah,
that's right. We'll post these again when the movie's out. We'll be like, listen to these.
And hopefully we can eventually do a spoiler review, and we'll have Matt back on, and
anytime.
No. Oh yeah, no, we'd love that. I have one question. It's not really related to the movie, kind of. So I watched some of your short films, and I watched Residence, obviously. I noticed in all the maybe not all of them, but there's always something French. I don't know if this is just me being like, there's this French doctor at the start of Residence. Mm-hmm. In the grand scheme, there's the French scene, like the actors speaking French, and the little girl director who's hilarious. And
I was a baby not too long ago.
And I think Kevin is the guy just comes back from Paris.
Saw that?
Yes.
That's a wonder.
Yeah, and you were in the main actor in that too. Yeah. So the guy comes back from Paris in that.
That's right.
Are you a Francophile? What's the deal?
I love French film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Godard.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
No, it's just something I know.
Perrier Le Fou. Have you seen Perrier Le Fou?
No, I've got one of my
favorite films.
I've got like all his movies on Blu-ray, and still the only one I've seen is Breathless.
Perrier Le Fou.
And Alphaville.
Yeah,
I love Alphaville.
Me and Alma sitting here, we just know Calvert. That's it.
That's not Godard. Yeah, that is a French film.
Movie.
Yeah,
but the French make great films.
Yeah,
The Dinner Game is hilarious.
Dinner Game, what's that? I'm going to write down so I don't forget.
Hollywood did a remake called Dinner with Schmucks.
Oh,
with Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
But the original is phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a stage play, but it's amazing.
I remember watching the American one, but I have to see the original one.
Absolutely.
See, my main experience with French films has been like weird late nights on SBS, and when I'm not supposed to be watching TV, as a young teenager or even younger than that, and my parents like, turn it off. I'm like, but the lady was naked. Oh.
That's how you know it's French.
That's how you know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, a quick question about Residence 2. Will there be a post-apocalyptic radio station where people are maybe...
there is actually.
Hint.
No, I'm serious. There really is. It's called Double DFM.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. As you said, we were sold on the movie and watched it because they're like doing radio transmissions, and we're just like, oh, it's got radio in it, we're sold.
Yeah. It's a different kind of radio.
It's close enough, we'll take it.
Hey, in an emergency situation, we could broadcast, in further bands and do stuff.
And, like at the time, in Residence, our transmitter was on the hall which they filmed the police station at.
True. So in universe, technically... Northwest FM probably exists.
It's Double DFM.
All right, I'll have to put you in there somewhere, all you boys.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'd love just to be extras.
Yeah.
Or zombies.
Have you guys done that before?
Never, unfortunately.
No.
But happy to try.
Well, I'm doing the short film early next year.
Yeah?
Come and I'll tell you all
100%.
about that after.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Even
if you just need someone to hold the boom.
Yeah, we can make content.
No, come and be in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
We do have to go to a quick ad break, but we'll be right back after these short messages. You're back on the Tuesday Review live on 98.9 Northwest FM. So we are joined by Matt, But I guess we're going to segue into what movies we're watching lately, unless anyone else has any other questions about Residence or
No.
filmmaking.
No.
All I can say is look forward to, the full release because we absolutely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I think definitely more people need to get their eyes on it.
I appreciate the support. I really
We'll
do.
definitely be letting people know when they can.
Is there a website for the film? Or
Yeah.
And the social media?
residencethefilm.com, something like
that's
that.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, so keep an eye out.
And they're on Instagram, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we got to...
Should do-
Have you been watching any good horror movies lately, Matt?
I have.
All
Nice.
Let's talk about them. What have you been watching?
What do you got?
Have you boys seen In a Violent Nature?
Oh, no.
Ooh,
We keep meaning to watch it.
We were going to do a double feature with that and something else.
When Evil Lurks.
Yeah, something like
we got
that.
all these new
We never
horror
got around to
movies.
it.
So it's like a Friday the 13th film.
But it's
Yeah.
from the villain's perspective.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the camera's always behind him while he's walking,
Mm.
and he's walking, and he's walking, and he keeps walking, and you're watching, going, "Wow, he's still walking." But I love it. I think
Yeah.
you like your oneers.
Yeah, so is it almost like
It's
a
a-
Birdman situation where the movie is pretty much entirely just one long take?
No.
or-
It kind of cuts to the campers and everything, but the kills are very inventive.
Mm.
I don't know. I absolutely loved
Yeah,
it.
I need to watch it. For
Well-
someone who whinges about a lack of actual slasher movies, I need to watch it.
That's, yeah. we were planning to watch it, yeah. Yeah, definitely have to check that one
Yeah,
out.
and that's all. It's on Shudder, isn't it? It's a Shudder original.
Think
in
so, yeah.
Australia. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a really interesting movie. We did mean on
Yeah.
watching it.
We'll get around to it.
Also, have you guys seen VHS?
I've seen one of
Nathan-
the early ones. I know Beyond has just come out.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch it, and that's up our alley because that's about UFOs.
Well, Nathan and I were just
Yes,
talking about it because
that's why I
I'm like,
mentioned
Yeah.
because
yes. Unfortunately,
Oh.
Matt knows our dirty little secret.
knows he's one of us.
Have you seen
I watched
Yeah.
your short film.
ETO 1953?
Yeah, so funny
Yeah.
and so good. You have to watch it.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's like a 1950s UFO.
Like an alien induction.
Mockumentary.
Welcome, you have landed. If you're here to invade, insert
Yeah.
D7. If not,
Yeah.
okay, this is a male. This
Yeah.
is a female. The weaker of the species.
And this is how you shake hands.
Yes.
and it's like now a word from our sponsor: smoke atomic brown cigarettes. It's like they're trying to sell the alien cigarette.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
the Orville when he gives them.
He gets
Cigarettes.
addicted to cigarettes.
Yeah, they're like
Borders.
50
So
cigarettes, please.
yeah,
So
Or 500
good.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
yeah. But was it good? Because that's on my watch list. I was going to watch that
Yes.
tonight.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. And one more. What You Wish For. It's with Nick Stahl, and he plays this chef that goes down to South America for a chef job, and then he finds out that he's cooking humans for these
Oh.
people, and they're all in on it. But it's tense. It's phenomenal. I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Callum has a question. Are you interested in Steven Soderbergh's new horror movie where it's from the spirit's point of view?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Mm.
No. We don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. So I think those are some interesting picks. We needed to watch. We need to watch both of them. VHS is interesting. James hasn't seen any of them.
I
watched
because me
some-
and Nathan were talking about
So
it the other day.
VHS 2 and VHS 94, I think, are the best.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard, that's
I
what
think
I've
I
heard. Yeah.
watch one of them where there's a scene in like a motel room and then something
with a
happens in the motel.
female?
Yeah.
She was a...
Yeah, some sort of monster or something. Yeah. That was a really good one. I remember liking that. Have you, on the same vein, have you seen the Poughkeepsie tapes?
Oof.
No.
That is a
James is like,
legendary.
avoid.
That is
Yeah.
a legendary found footage horror movie because it's just so
It's weird in
grimy and disturbingly.
you've seen it.
I think.
We watched it at Daniel's.
Okay, that's where the guy's just walking around with the weird.
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like crawling.
I had a great time with that.
Yeah.
Have
That's
you
what's
seen
keeping
Area
an eye-
51? The
No.
found footage film? Okay.
No.
See that. It's really
Yeah.
good.
And if you like VHS, I reckon the Poughkeepsie tapes is good.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
And Creep. Have you seen Creep?
What did you
on
call me?
Netflix? Yeah, Creep. I mean, no.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm here as a guest.
You know, all right. We're gonna go to
Matt's not coming back again.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
There's number 2 as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're making
Those-
Shudder's got the
The
Creep tapes or something.
yeah, coming out in November, I think.
Yeah, and they're making a
Yeah,
series. on
those two.
Shudder.
I keep every year. I'm like, I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch them. This year, I am going to watch them.
Yeah.
So,
We'll
you
see.
know, we'll see. It'll get to October
So that's a no.
31st. Yeah, October 31st at like 11, 10 p.m. And I'm like, I think I can fit both in.
Callum comments in, "Your name is Slave." The Poughkeepsie tapes.
Oh, God.
Can I say one more thing? Look,
Yeah.
one of my favourite films of all time is Rosemary's Baby. And now
yes.
Apartment
7A.
7A,
Yeah. Have you guys seen that?
I
No.
haven't. It's on my watch list.
Yeah.
It's like a prequel.
I usually
Yeah, it's a
avoid
prequel.
all those legacy sequel
But the first
prequels.
Omen was good.
But then Nathan was like, "Oh, First Omen's actually good," and
have you watched the first Omen yet?
The First Omen.
Yeah.
No.
I sit here again alone in my.
Well,
love of
we
the
were
first
supposed to
Omen.
do a double feature with.
We're always supposed to do a double feature.
Yeah, it's because we always live. We watch horror movies throughout the year, and then I like to leave them for October. But then there's only 31 days, and out of those days, how many? Most of it's work or whatever. And it's like, how many can you actually watch? And then it always gets to November, and I'm like, well, I've watched too many horror movies. I'm going to take a break. And then I was like, but what about this? What about VHS? What about Creep?
Well, we do the whiplash where you watch horror movies during October, and then November you got a little break, and then you watch Christmas movies in December.
That's the other thing, yeah.
So we get that tonal whiplash.
Yeah, I do it to myself.
Yeah. Although we watch horror movies set in Christmas during December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it last year that I watched Mystic River and I justified that was a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Because
Wait, what?
So my justification was that he gets taken away by a priest. That's Catholicism adjacent, and therefore it was a Christmas movie.
Why did you have to put it in as a Christmas movie? Why couldn't
Because
you just watch
we
it?
were contextual at the time watching Christmas films.
Okay, yeah.
And Callum said, watch Mystic River, and I was like, you know what? I've got this afternoon, I'm going to do it. and
I think did you do a Letterboxd review of that where you're like, someone learns the meaning of Christmas?
Oh, God.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. Anything else you've watched? Interesting?
I watch films all the time.
Good
Oh,
on
the
you.
platform.
Oh,
Two.
yes. Yeah. We were talking about just before we were recording, both Matt and I had rewatched the first one, which came out in 2019, and the second one just came out, and so we watched that as well. I like the first one a lot more. I had problems with the second one, but you said you were just on board.
Yeah, I love the first one.
So good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I love that world, so it was like, yep,
Yeah.
whatever.
Anything that.
Yeah,
Definitely there were parts of it where I was like, oh, I like this, but then.
Is the platform the one where it's kind of like a big building?
Yeah.
And food goes from the top down to the bottom.
Yeah, each level has two has a cell and each two cellmates or two people, and a platform starts at the top full of food, and it goes down each platform incrementally, and
333.
Yeah, but you don't know that. It's a spoiler. And and obviously the more people eat at the top, the less and less people get. So it's obviously a commentary on society and capitalism, but it's done in like a Saw kind of like Cube, kind of like sci-fi horror.
It's gruesome.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second one is like, it's like what happens next kind of thing. And but for me, like the second half of the second one is like starts to. There were some really cool bits, but I started to sort of like, I don't know what they're doing here. But I would be interested in a third one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they made a second one. So
have you watched anything recently, Alan?
Not horror themed. I've just been on The Sopranos.
Good man.
Trying to get myself, complete.
Nice.
And then I can confidently say that The Wire is a better show.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
The Penguin. Have you been watching The Penguin?
No.
That's the Batman movie spin-off show.
The Batman show. Yeah.
It's like The Sopranos.
Yeah?
Yeah. Highly, highly recommend.
Really?
It is so good.
Everyone's saying it's so good.
See,
Colin
we
Farrell he just disappears in the role.
If I remember correctly, I remember thinking the Batman movie was a bit average.
We had problems with the Batman.
But so the Penguin is better.
But Penguin
it's
was
a good watch.
Yeah. And the Penguin
incredible.
character was a highlight from that movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah,
give it a
I
go.
swear. I was shocked at how much I liked it because I'm exactly the same with you guys. I thought, the Batman was okay. But I just read all the reviews on the Penguin just saying how brilliant it was. I'm going, all right, I'll give the first one a watch. 5 minutes in, I'm like, wow.
Cool.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Me and James both had the unfortunate task of watching the new Salem's Lot movie.
Oof.
So, for listeners, the Salem's Lot was what? It's been adapted 3 times at this point. Twice as a mini-series.
Yeah, we were talking about
TV
last
event.
week, weren't we?
This is the Stephen King.
So Stephen King's 70s novels turned into the 79
Toby Hooper adaptation.
like TV movie, which we talked
split
about.
over 2 episodes. And
Yeah,
cut
it's
together
basically
for
a
one movie.
3-hour movie. Yeah, and that's really good. And then they made an early 2000s mini series.
2004. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
And then I watched the new adaptation. And the new adaptation...
They made so the new one, which just came out, it was shot like 3 or 4 years ago or something like that.
And they sat on it for tax
Yeah,
credits.
and they originally were supposed to get a theatrical release, but because Warner Brothers being Warner Brothers and they're like writing things off for tax breaks and doing all this crazy stuff, and yeah, it was like I don't know whether it was ever going to come out or not. Was kind of in limbo, and then they dumped it on HBO Max, which I guess just
and
Max.
Binge in Australia.
And yeah, with Binge. And it's not one of those movies where you watch it and you go, oh, they should have put this at the movies. It's like, oh, this is good that they just dumped it on streaming.
Well, I was complaining to Matt before you got here on the show. We were talking about it briefly. And there was recently an interview with the director, I don't know, one of the internet websites, Hollywood Reporter or something like that. And he said the first take of this movie was 3 hours like the original. And
well, when they dumped it on streaming, they should have restored it to 3 hours because it's streaming.
Yeah, I know. And
like they don't have to worry about screening
talking,
session time.
I was talking to Matt about it as well. There's scenes and characters that are kind of introduced where they could do a lot more, and they kind of like the bully scene. And they don't really do anything with that ever again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guarantee you, in the full unedited version, there's extra scenes involving these characters.
Yeah.
There's more fleshed out kind of storylines. But we don't get that. We get a kind of jarred, chopped together version of.
It's like I really did not like it. I should have turned it off. There were several times where I was like, I'm going to turn it off. But I like to give the movie the benefit of the doubt, and I'll be like, I'll keep going. It was so bad.
Trailer looked good.
Yeah, like we were all kind of cautiously optimistic and be like, it's probably not going to be good, but it could be really. But
it's all right. Look, we have Toby Hooper's masterpiece.
Yeah, well, even that's like not a masterpiece. That's why I was thinking, this one, the new one, could be good.
I disagree.
Like, no, it's a great movie. I love it. Like we were talking about last week.
Yeah, we're talking about Toby Hooper. His masterpiece is Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, yeah, but have you seen Life Force? We have to watch Life Force. Toby Hooper made a space vampire movie.
That's
awesome.
very old.
It's awesome.
It's like 79, I think.
I think it was 84.
Life Force.
I can't. No,
85.
85. Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah, Toby Hooper's awesome. But yeah, you obviously, like, I've never read the novel, so I can't say. But I was like, you could probably do a mini series or another long movie that maybe is more faithful to the book or whatever. But this one was just not that. And even with the 3-hour version, just the filmmaking in this new one, I was like, ugh.
I don't know why streaming seems to struggle with not really leaning into having the longer runtime. Like, does it matter? I guess I still want audience
we've always
metrics,
talked about
90
it.
minutes,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
we've
blah,
always talked, especially when you've got like, Stranger Things, the last season that came out had like 90-minute episodes and like, there's all these streaming movies that Zack Snyder's 7-hour cut of Rebel Moon or whatever, and it's just like, who cares? Just if you're gonna dump it on streaming, dump the best version. It's such a strange. But this is also an example of a movie that needed more oneers, where I was like, if Matt Mirams directed Salem's Lot, it would be shot a lot better, because you wouldn't be like cutting around and being like.
There was a lot of quick cuts.
It looked very cheap and not. Yeah, it wasn't. I did not like it.
That was not the only vampire movie I watched, but I still got a little bit of time. I've also watched Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah, I saw you watch it, so I rewatched it as well. So good.
I'd never seen it before, and obviously that's the meme, the whole kind of...
the crazy eyes Nicolas Cage meme is from that movie, yeah.
I'd never seen it, so I didn't know what I was going in for. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but it wasn't what I expected it to be. I expected it to be a standard vampire narrative, like just a normal kind of vampire horror story.
Yeah.
It's not what I got. I was like crazy than that.
It's great.
It's peak crazy Nicolas Cage, and
So
just
good.
his behavior is abhorrent.
I'm a vampire.
No, but he's just a nasty person.
Oh yeah, he's like a Wall Street yuppie kind of.
Yeah, but he's mean. Like he feels mean.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. There's no redeeming qualities about his character.
Which I think is the point of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but
No. But I appreciated it. I appreciated that they didn't try and humanize him or redeem him.
yeah, it's a great movie.
I really did appreciate that. I'm
A, B, C, D.
Yeah,
So
amazing. And that
so
movie
many
has a
good-
fair amount of wonders too, which was nice. Like it just
That's a good looking movie.
like let Nicolas Cage just be insane in front of the camera. You don't need to move it too around. Let him him do all the work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I also watched the Firefly trilogy movies from Rob Zombie, The
Oh.
House of Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell. The first one's all right. You know, it's a Toby Hooper themed night, I guess, because it's a very direct kind of. It's very directly inspired by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
yeah. The Hillbilly Family. Yeah.
And I liked it. I didn't love it. It has a lot of problems, but I liked it. And then The Devil's Reject is okay.
That's a sequel.
That's the sequel. And the newest movie from 2019, Three from Hell, did not like. It has these problems, and it's happened before. What was that movie? It was that horror movie, we went to see it, where there's a dude kidnapping, an older guy kidnapping young girls, putting him in the basement for nefarious purposes.
Oh, Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe. It's part of this horror kind of, I guess, theme where villains are popular. Let's make these new installments and then try to make these characters redeem them. And no, like
It's
they do,
stupid.
like they do terrible things in the first movie, and just because they were popular and they're good actors, now we're gonna have to try and make them better people in the sequel. I'm like, you've made your bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are villains.
It's such a weird thing that, I hate it.
I had trouble with these movies because the first one was good, and then they try and redeem them and make them better characters and try and empathize. You know, there's like uplifting music when they survive, and I'm like, no, I want these characters to die. You know what I mean? I want an investigation.
I've only seen the first one, House of a Thousand Corpses, and I did not like it. And all Rob Zombie movies I've seen, I did not like. And you know, I could be devil's avocado and say maybe he was trying to be ironic or funny.
Well, Callum just sent me a message. He's listening. He said he wanted them to anti-heroes. Rob Zombie likes to subvert, but he doesn't understand.
That's what I was going to say. It's like I'm trying to, give the guy some credit, but I don't think he's a good enough filmmaker to.
So they're a frustrating watch, and I don't have to watch them again.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, avoid.
What do you think, Matt? Have you seen
avoid.
these movies?
No, I mean,
avoid Rob Zombie movies.
I mean, I do want to see his Halloween.
I'm a massive Halloween fan of all the movies and even the bad ones. He did the Halloween remake and then the sequel to that remake.
Yeah.
They're both bad.
Okay.
There's maybe some interesting stuff there, but I wouldn't really recommend them. I still have to watch actually I don't have to watch them because I know they're going to be bad, but I didn't like Halloween 2018. And everyone was going crazy about that movie, and I didn't like it.
Oh, I like the first one. The next two were terrible.
Yeah, and then I've heard the next two are terrible, and I was just like, but I'm such a completionist. Like I've got all the other movies, and I'm like, I got to finish it, but I know I'm not going to like them.
I don't think I watched the last one, but I watched the middle one.
No, I think you did because you were talking about how weird it is.
Did we go to the cinemas? Did we
Halloween kills and then Halloween ends. Yeah.
Because I think you were talking
which is
to
the
me
one
about
where
it.
he's in the sewer?
I don't know.
Halloween.
Michael Myers in the sewer.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah. I think you're probably right because it was weird. All right.
Yeah.
We're running out of time here for tonight. Thank you for joining us, Matt. It's a pleasure to have you back.
Absolutely.
We would like to bring it back to resonance. And because you guys mentioned Snyder cuts and everything, will there be a Mirams cut of resonance?
Release the Mirams cut.
There are deleted scenes.
Yeah, if there's if there is a physical release, which would be amazing. Yeah, I'd love deleted scenes and blooper reels and.
I think we talk about commentary and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like you guys talk about that.
Oh, there'll definitely be commentary.
Yeah, Yeah, that would be great.
And a few other bits and pieces. And we've got so many pictures of, the read-through that we had and the fundraisers and everything that led up to this.
Nice. We love
the whole journey.
Yeah, we love the little sets you get.
I'll have
little postcards, and that's all fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bring you some gifts next time.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Scone pizza.
We get some pizza boxes.
Koala pizza.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, thanks so much again for coming, and also for getting us that screener so that I could watch it. You really didn't have to do that.
No, I appreciate you watching it.
Really appreciate it.
And the support.
No worries.
It's really sweet.
It's something we've talked about on the show before. Everyone has to support each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's it helps us, it helps you. It's especially a local industry.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about shit movie. Like, if we're going to shit on movies and just ramble on all the time, we better put our money where our mouth is and
support local.
Support filmmakers and support artists who are doing things that we always complain about that other people aren't doing, or that Hollywood or big budget movies aren't doing. So we really appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys doing this, and I respect you guys doing it.
Also, thank you for listening to this show even though when you're not on it and just listening to episodes. Because I'm like, oh, someone listens to our show. Cool.
So do you know what I do during the day?
I think you talked about you paint houses.
Yeah. That's how I get the money.
Is that a euphemism for bang bang? I mean
yeah, that's what the Irishman. That's what the Irishman was called.
Yeah, I mean waste. Yeah, I mean waste
you,
management.
I heard you paint houses. Yeah. I can't really talk about no. I listen.
That's
to
not
it every
red
week.
paint on his hands.
No, just come off. It's crazy. I've used everything.
Matt Mirams, was it son of king whatever, all that thing. And then working class hero.
That's it.
Or to a filmmaker, working class hero. No, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No.
And we will keep people updated.
Yeah, so where can people find you and Residence?
www.residencethefilm.com and on Instagram as well.
Cool.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
But I'll keep giving you boys updates and stuff.
Yeah,
we'll let all
we're
that
very much invested at this point.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. Thanks for listening, everyone. You can catch the Tuesday Review on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Newsmast, Blue Sky, Twitter, and YouTube.
Delete Twitter, but yes, we're on there.
Yes, I know. Every week it gets harder and harder to justify our Twitter presence.
We should have gone
on all platforms at Tuesday Review AU. We're also on Letterboxd. I'm Nathan B_90.
I'm channeldrifter.
I'm Alum20.
And
Callum is Callum Tuesday, and
I'm just setting it up.
Matt's going to set one up now.
We'll throw Matt's one in the description.
Yeah.
That's all the time we got for tonight. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next week. Adios, cousins.